Hi there everybody. My name is Melissa and I am a mom here in Michigan, and welcome to my channel. I am so excited. I am just starting this channel, so I'm just so excited to get it started and see where it goes, see what's happening. But I am here to share everything that is happening in my kitchen. Cooking, meal prepping, some low carb cooking, some healthy cooking, low calorie cooking, all the things that happen in the kitchen. I'm here to share with you everything that I know, everything that keeps my household running and keeps us fed all the time. To tell you a little about my family, I've been married to my husband Dan for 24 years. We have 3 children. My oldest son is 22. He's about to have a birthday. His name is Dylan, and he's already moved out of the house. So we don't feed him very often, and but I still have 2 kids. My girls are at home. My daughter Emily is 21 and my daughter Olivia is 11. So most of my meal prep, most of my meals that I make, almost most of everything is going to revolve around feeding at least 4 people. Got some big eaters in my family, so maybe your family could feed 5 or 6. Obviously, if your children are younger, could feed a few more as well, more on the 6 range, depending on the age of the kids, who you're feeding, who you've got with you. So I'm just so excited that you're here with me. I'm excited to share everything I can with you. And today, my first video, what I'm going to do is hardly any cooking is going to happen at all. We're going to cook some brown rice in the Instant Pot, but everything is going to revolve around putting 5 meals in your freezer so you can throw them in the crock pot on those super busy days. I am a working mom. I work a full-time job, so the crock pot has saved my life. I just love it. I love being able to feed my family something that I feel like is nutritious and delicious and just wonderful, good homemade food. And all while I'm at work, I got my crock pot doing the work for me. It just takes a little bit of prep. I'm curious, maybe I'll time myself and see how long it takes me to get these 5 meals together. But I went shopping this morning, and let me show you what I picked up and what we're gonna make. Okay, here is everything we're gonna put together to make the 5 meals. And why I like to do this is a couple things. Like I said, you're gonna just cook, we are cooking this brown rice up. We're gonna cook this up. But you just have to cook it once for 2 meals. Same thing with chopping your onions and your celery and your carrots. You're just going to chop once, and it's going to go across at least 2 of these meals. So kind of peruse and see what we got here. So the first meal that I'm making is going to be a potato and sausage casserole that goes in your crock pot. The second thing here is a ham and bean soup. I made this soup right after Christmas. It was so good. Definitely ready for it again. The third thing is a green chicken and cheese chili. I absolutely love this from Aldi. But you can buy any kind of green salsa that you can find, or you can buy the green enchilada sauce. Either one will work. Right here we have some meatballs. We're going to do sweet and sour pork meatballs. This is the absolute easiest. It's like 2 frozen bags and a couple jars of stuff. Super easy to put together. That one can even be a weeknight, but since I'm here making ahead, we'll just put it all in a bag ahead and make it even easier. And our final thing is a creamy chicken and rice soup. So that's the second half of that rice that we're going to make. Here is my bag of chicken breast. And the secret to that is this evaporated milk. I'll probably remind you again, make sure it is not sweetened condensed milk, that is just evaporated milk. Some seasonings, of course, salt and pepper. I'm not going out on a limb anything here. We do have rosemary, goes in the potato soup, so good. If you have bay leaves, awesome, and practically any soup that you make, throw some bay leaves, tastes so delicious. Garlic powder, onion powder. I have a little bit of this left in my cupboard, this sesame oil. It's so good. It just makes everything, it gives it that flavor of why the restaurant tastes better. So And this lasts a really long time. You do not need much. It's not oil like you would use in olive oil. It's just like a tasting oil. It's literally a drizzle. One teaspoon will go in your entire dish and change the flavor. So, all right. So I have my Sharpie and my bags. I learned the hard way. Make sure you write on your bags before you have everything in it. And like I said, I'm just going to write down what I need to do the day of. Almost everything, because I'm a working mom and I do work like 8 hours Monday through Friday, pretty traditional. I don't do too many crock pot meals that it's like, oh, after 4 hours you have to open it and stir it and do something else with it. So everything today is like 6 to 8 hours on low in the crock pot. If you're short on time or you're not getting it in the crock pot as early as like first thing in the morning on the go kind of thing, you can pretty much all recipes you can always then, if it's a long day cook, you could shorten it to 4 hours. With different cuts of meat, you might not find they're as tender or as they could have been if you had the 8 hours. Some cuts of meat I even do a 10-hour. It just is so much better. So for example, my first one, I am going to write what it is. Creamy chicken and rice soup. And then the day of, we're going to have to add 5 cups of water. I am going to be using my bouillon cubes. I've always used cubes. Comment, let me know, do you use cubes or do you use the scoop, the broth base? It's just what my mom used, and so I just always at the store just grab cubes. Let me know if you've tried the different ones, what you think. Do you think there's a difference? About the same. I've been happy with it. So then I'm going to add 5 cups of water and crock pot, low, 6 to 8 hours. Okay. I don't know if you're going to be able to see that, but basically that's it. My messy handwriting. I am going to write all of these out. Okay, so here comes the actual prepping part. So this is why it is nice to do more than one in a day. Because, like I said, if you're out chopping onions, if you just need, the one onion for the one meal that you're making, sometimes that can be annoying. But in this case, with this meal prep, I took a look at my recipes, and 3 of the recipes are going to need chopped up onion. So it's easiest to just chop it all at once, drop it in the bag, and then, you're done. Got everything done. The recipe for the, it's like a potato and sausage delicious mix. For some reason, when I've made it a few times before, the onion, if it's too big, doesn't get soft enough. So I'm going to try and mince this up as small as I can, as I want to take the time to do. And that's probably for all 3 of these that need it, because the other 2 are soups. And obviously, it's not an onion soup. Nobody wants a big old piece of onion in their soup. And I'm just going to do 3 onions. I'm going to do 1 in each bag. I don't have those cool fancy bag standing up holders, so I'm just going to do the best I can to get it mostly into the bag that I can. more times. Next, I am going to work on my carrots. I do like to peel my carrots. I know that some people don't, but I just always have, and I like extra work. Two of the dishes, well, actually only one of the recipes actually calls for carrots, but I feel like carrots in the bean soup will be nice. I'm not going to do too many. I might, these are skinny but long, so it might only end up being one carrot. Carrot just adds a really nice sweetness to the background to different dishes. So, and as you'll see with all of them, I will go ahead and link any recipes, but pretty much every recipe when I was reviewing it, I make my own changes. So it'll be a start, but if you want to know how I actually do it, you're going to have to save the video, watch the video, something like that. Go ahead, so this here, get my carrots chopped off. It's the nice thing when they're small and skinny, you don't have to do as many cuts with them. I think I am going to do probably these 3 carrots for the creamy chicken and rice soup. Like I said, maybe I'll just do 1 carrot for the bean soup. Okay, so the first thing that I want to do is cook the rice. That's the only thing we're actually cooking. And of course you don't have to. You can cook rice that day. You can do instant rice, minute rice, whatever you want to do. But I just wanted to show you how I cook rice in the Instant Pot. So first, take the lid off. So what I have, this is called a long grain brown rice. It's just this really giant bag. I got this at a great discount at a store near me. So I do like to rinse my brown rice. I'm just, I'd say, newly using brown rice over white rice. And so I think rinsing it does work much better. So I am going to rinse my brown rice. I'm going to make my recipe the way I like to make it, and this always has way extra. So this is a big recipe, I would say, is 2 cups of brown rice with 2.5 cups of water in the Instant Pot for 18 minutes. All I could find was my little strainer, but I am going to rinse. Drop it in there. And the next cup. Making it like this in the Instant Pot, it has always turned out fluffy and nice. It's not sticky or sticking together, and it's not chewy. It's not anything like that. It's really, really good. So if you're just trying to make the switch over to brown rice, try to find a long grain. I think that helps. Not make it sticky or chewy or anything weird. So find a long grain and try the Instant Pot. So it's 2 cups of rice and 2.5 cups of water. 1 cup measure cup, and I'm just gonna eyeball the 1/2 cup. There we go. Sometimes I'll put a tablespoon of butter, anything like that in here. Today I'm not. I'm just gonna skip it. So make sure it is set to seal, and then I always want to push this down. I had a different Instant Pot, and too many times it wasn't sealing. Not sure exactly what was going on with it. But 18, it's all set. It's ready to go. Just do natural release. So the reason I like to make it in the crock pot or in the Instant Pot, I can make it on the stove, make it just fine, but you do have to watch it. So now when I'm going to be prepping and putting all these things together, these meals together, it's nice to just not have to even look at it. It's just doing its thing. Especially natural release, it's just going to release on its own. However long it takes for me to get to it, I get to it. No big deal. So now we're at the end. We've got all of our stuff chopped, all the hard work's done. Super easy time now. So I have 2 recipes that are going to call for the chicken breast. We're going to use the chicken breast because it's going to slow cook in the crock pot all day, and then at the end you can shred it or do whatever you want. This is the Instant Pot's done. But we're going to let it naturally release, so we're just going to let it sit there. This is a 3-pound bag of chicken, so I think it's perfect, 1.5 pounds. It's actually probably even a little bit more than needed for the meals. You definitely get away with just 1 pound of chicken in each of the meals, but I'm just going to go with it and just put half in each. So I'm going to do that next. What I think is about half of this frozen chicken, and remember, we're just, as soon as I'm done here, I am putting these into the freezer. So it's going to stay frozen. Yeah. Okay, so the next thing that's going to go in the soup is this evaporated milk. Again, make sure you do not get sweetened condensed milk. That's something totally different for making delicious treats. We usually use that at Christmas time. This was really good, mixed and everything. It does say shake well. Of course, it's a can and it's shelf stable, and they can stay around for a very long time. I had a can recently that I used, and I thought I shook it well, but it still was like a little bit of a thick substance at the bottom, and the rest was water. But I just didn't shake it enough. And since it's going in the crock pot, it's all going to melt and mix together. It will be fine. Everything's fine. It was fine. So now I am going to do a little bit of salt and pepper in here for our seasonings. Like I said, soups, if you're to put them in the crock pot, do the bay leaves. They're so worth it. I'm at the end of my jar. Look at their tiny little bits. You don't want them too tiny because you're going to not be able to pull them out afterwards. So I'm just going to use the big one. Oh, there's another bigger piece. So I'm going to use the 2 bigger pieces, and then this is done right there. And I really like rosemary. Just love the flavor of it.
and it's really good for this type of, it's just classic, yes, chicken noodle, chicken rice, chicken feel-good soup in the wintertime. It's winter here, little snow blowing, 19 degrees, so it's perfect. I like to crush it. Even though I'm gonna freeze it, I still think that will make a difference, releasing some of that flavor and everything. Now again, I'm gonna use this bouillon cubes. The bouillon cubes, the way they work is basically 1 cube per cup of water, and this is gonna have 5 cups, like 1 cup per bouillon cube makes, you know, a cup of broth. You can always throw, you know, 1 extra in for good luck. That seems to be what I do. This is the negative part of doing bouillon cubes instead of broth base, is I'm gonna unwrap each one. So yeah, I'm gonna throw 6 in here. And then we're just gonna seal up our bag and go on to the next meal, and this is ready for the, you know, whatever day. Okay, next recipe is the green chicken chili. Again, this could even be a you know, morning, drop everything together, lots of cans. Not opposed to that. Make some deliciousness. Usually just adding a little bit of your own spices and things like that just change it so much. So don't be afraid to sometimes use the help. This is where we're going to use up the rest of the chicken. Put that down in here first. This recipe, again, I changed it. This recipe was a like super keto, so there was no beans or corn in it. But I'm not living that lifestyle, so I just felt like it's a really great green chili. You can, like I said, use, I'm using this roasted verde salsa. This I get from Aldi. I think it's something they carry all the time now. It used to be, I believe, a specialty item, but I see it all the time now on the shelf in there. So this is what we like to use. My husband doesn't care for the green enchilada sauce, but go ahead and get the green enchilada sauce if that's what you would like. This is 16 ounces. I'm gonna put this in. And like I said, I changed it from being, maybe I'm putting it in, maybe not. I changed it, you know, so to keep it 100% keto, you would not be putting in the beans and corn. I think are the only things that I added. But I wanted to bulk up the meal, and I'm not doing keto. So I use 1 can of corn. I prefer the white beans. Again, this lends itself to any kind of bean because it's like that chili, but I'm using the Great Northern beans. So I put in my other 1.5 pounds of frozen chicken. The green verde salsa is what I used. 1 can of beans, 1 can of corn. We are gonna do 3 cups of chicken broth. So I'm gonna do 3 of my bouillon cubes. In here, and like I said, I have my note on here that I'm going to add 3 cups of water on the day that I put it in the crock pot in the morning. That way I don't forget to do that. Pretty standard flavorings. I'm going to do some garlic powder and some onion powder. I'm going to say about a teaspoon of each. You're following a recipe, but if you like me and you like to just be wild, just do that. I bought this today at Aldi. I typically like a sharp cheddar better, but these both are going in the soups. They're going in the soup, so I thought the mild cheddar was going to work out just fine, and the price point was astronomically better. I needed a total of 4 cups. Instead of just trying to buy the 4 cups, I could get all of this, have an extra 4 cups for like the same price. So there was like a no-brainer on that. So I'm going to put 2 cups of cheese in here. I think I'm going to put this in the bag. What I'm going to do, because this recipe calls for the shredded cheese and for a block of cream cheese. So because I want it all together, I'm going to like prep it together, I am going to just put this cream cheese in another bag. It's probably overkill. It could probably just go right in there. But just to, you know, make me feel good. I'm going to put it in a bag. I am going to measure out 2 cups of this shredded cheddar cheese and put it in also a bag, its own bag. That way we have it. That way somebody didn't get quesadilla crazy at my house and all of a sudden this whole 8 cups of cheese is missing on the night we are looking to have it. So, because it freezes really well and you'll just be taking the bag out, you're going to leave the cheddar cheese till the very end. When you start the soup, you are going to, in the crock pot, you're going to take out your cream cheese, take out your cheddar cheese, leave the cheddar cheese in the fridge till the end, till you're about to serve it. But you're going to take the cream cheese out. You're going to put all of this into the crock pot with your 3 cups of water and set your brick of cream cheese on top. So this will be in the fridge till the very last minute, till you're just about to serve it, just 20 minutes before you serve it. Go ahead and pour this in, stir it in, deliciousness. I think this will be best. This is what got your little meal kit. You're ready to go. I got 2 bags in the bag. If you wanted to write all those instructions on there, probably be a good idea. Especially, you know, these are great if you're got a friend who's having a baby, you know that they're gonna want some meals. This is a great idea. That's where you definitely want to have more instruction. If it's not for you, if you're giving it to somebody else, you want more instructions on there. But okay, here we are with the next one. It is the sweet and sour meatballs. This is about the easiest one to put together. This would be a super easy weeknight meal, so you don't even have to do anything ahead. But on here, so I am using these Farm Rich meatballs. I don't know if you're picky like me. I'm pretty particular. These are delicious. I've tried quite a few brands, different ones. These really are noticeably different. Like, I love Aldi. I love shopping at Aldi. Get almost everything, my canned goods, canned tomatoes, so much there. It is very good quality, but this, you cannot be beat, these Farm Rich meatballs. These I'm using are called flame broiled home style meatballs with beef and pork. They had 2 options. The other ones, they called them seasoned, and they didn't really specify any more than that. And so my assumption was they were probably seasoned for Italian seasoned style. So I opted for this one. They're both delicious. Good to go. Meatballs, I am also taking the easy route, hitting the easy button. The 3-pepper blend, or yeah, it says 3-pepper and onion blend. So it's the red, yellow, and green peppers, and some onions already chopped up, frozen, ready to go. Drop that also in the bag. Easy button. I am gonna do some pineapple in this, give it that sweet and sour taste. This is pineapple chunks in 100% juice. I did drain all of the juice, or 90%, you know, I'm sure there's always a little bit of juice left, but there is that is going in there. This calls, again, this is a recipe. This recipe is from Six Sisters stuff. The only thing I'm leaving out, I don't know all what seasonings they said to put in it, so I might be adding some stuff. But it says a 1/4 cup of soy sauce and a 1/4 cup of brown sugar, but I am not going to do the brown sugar. I think the pineapple and this sauce that I purchased, I think is going to be just enough seasoning. This is, again, I just got what the store had. This is called Sweet Thai chili sauce, but we have some other sweet and sour sauces, but you wanna, I didn't have a whole bottle at home, so I had to go buy one. This is the one they had. I am going to make sure those liquids fall to the bottom. Get on the meatballs. And I want to add, oh, let me go grab it. This delicious sesame oil. I don't know if I called it sesame oil earlier. I only have a little bit left. Like I said, it lasts super, super long. Put this in your cupboard. You really only need a teaspoon. So I'm going to measure it out or whichever way. But just a teaspoon goes a really long way. It's delicious. The other flavor that's really prominent in any kind of Asian cuisine is garlic. So I'm going to do that. And I am going to do ginger. Garlic and ginger are really common, and it's just that flavoring that you can tell. I'm gonna mix that up a little bit. Again, you want them to be sort of flat. I don't like the super, super flat because it doesn't, the next day I'm fighting with it, trying to fit it in my crock pot. But again, you want to fit it in your freezer. So wherever you have more room, if you have room in your freezer, like if you're short on room in your freezer and you need to get them really thin, make sure you give yourself enough time in the fridge for it to thaw out. Of course, your microwave's always handy for de-thawing things. You know, it works perfect. But okay, here we are for our potato and sausage casserole. This one's a casserole. I had to grab my cream of mushroom soup. I this time bought this beef smoked sausage. I've definitely bought the turkey before from Aldi. They're both very delicious, so either one is good. I like to use hash browns. I've used different potatoes in this before. Any kind of frozen potato basically will work, but I really like the hash browns. This is the one that does have an onion with it that I've already chopped up and put in the bag, but I am going to mix this because it does have sour cream with the cream of mushroom soup. I don't know, it just felt like, I'm gonna even put the cheese in this one. We're gonna mix it all, freeze it, and then put it ready for the crock pot. Whatever day you're having it. So I'm gonna put my sausage in there. This calls for 1 can of the cream of mushroom soup. Try to get it all. 1 cup of sour cream. Oh, is it just half of a container, right? Because yeah, it's 16 ounces, so 8 ounces is half. Oh, I can eyeball that enough. I don't need to use my measuring cup. Looks good. I'm going to put some garlic powder. I'm going to put it by the seasoning, so when I mix it in, it kind of all mixes in really well. Don't think that'll be the right spoon to do my mixing. Here we go. Don't know if this will be any better. We'll try it. Try to get it mixed. I just go ahead and put in the 2 cups of cheese. 2. Whoa, overflowed on me, but yum. And here's my chopped onion. If I decide to stir it, we'll just stir everything together. Make it good, make it yummy. So yeah, this one's a casserole. Also it has, you know, the cream and the cheese. So with this one, I usually, if I remember, and if I have them, I like to use my crock pot liners. Aldi even has been having them more often, so it might be a regular item there. If you're not a regular Aldi shopper, they are a different kind of store. They don't always have everything. They have specialty things on rotation that will come in and out of season, come in and out of, you know, times where they carry this product. It'll only, you know, sometime only at Christmas or only at Valentine's or only, you know, in the new year when people are doing trying to do the get healthy situation. So, so they have different items like that, but I have been seeing their crock pot liners there like every time now. So I'm not going to overthink mixing this, but yeah, this is one I definitely like to do the crock pot liner because it's a casserole. I like to do the casseroles with that liner. It just seems to make cleanup in my life much, much easier. It is not perfectly mixed. It's not really what I'm even going for. I just kind of wanted it ready. Now, fun part. Let's see if I can get this back in without making a... Alright, I am here to make the ham and bean soup. So this is the bag that we already have onion and carrot in. I am going to use what equals to be a total of 4 cans, 4 15-ounce cans, because this is a double can. I prefer pinto beans, but I did make this before, and I did do a mix of Great Northern beans and pinto beans, and it came out really, really good. So again, this recipe calls for making the beans in the crock pot, like they cook all day with the ham, and like you do them from dried beans. But this is going to work out really well with canned beans too. Also, again, hitting the easy button. So I did drain my 2 Great Northern 15-ounce cans of beans, and I'm not going to drain my pinto beans. I do want some of that creamy juice to be in there. And this is the ham steak I picked up. When I first made it, I did use my leftover Christmas ham. That is what inspired it. But they sell really good ham steaks, and this is a really good price, I thought. This was just over $4 for this Smithfield ham steak. And what I like about it is it's real ham. And by that, I mean it is an actual slice of a large Christmas ham. I'm holding it there. There's the bone and everything. So, yeah, you got to work with it a little bit more when you're chopping it up here, being a little more careful. It's not just one ham-shaped piece. But if you've never bought actual ham like this or used the ham bone in your soups, you are going to be able to, you're going to be so shocked at the difference of flavor. It is just amazing what the real deal will get you. And this, like I said, I was just really pleased with this price. This was a pound and a half of ham. So again, usually, typically, you know, except for bigger steaks and things, about a pound of meat for a family dinner is what I try to go for. Just seems to be the right amount. Trying to, you know, balance all the things. Balance how much meat are we eating? How much are we spending on the meat that we're eating? How much, you know, is that contributing to any concerns people might have about the planet and the meat sources and things like that. So this is a great option. I'm just cubing it up. Again, you know, you gotta kind of obviously watch for that bone. I'm just going to, that bone's so small, just gonna throw that away. When you make a whole ham and you have the very large piece of bone and shank and everything, that is great to make your soups with. Just delicious. Here we are. ooh, this is a heavy bag, with ham and beans, carrots and onions, all kinds of deliciousness going on in here. I am going to add a little garlic, not much. It's not a predominant flavor in a ham soup, in my opinion. Easy on the salt. Didn't even probably need to put any of that salt in there, but it'll be just fine. I keep doing the pepper and I make myself sneeze. But pepper. And this is the one that I really like to put rosemary in. It just complemented the beans so well. I thought it was the perfect earth flavor to go with it. It was just really good. So I would say a teaspoon of rosemary. And more bouillon cubes because I have a chicken stock. It's going to be 3 cups of water. Because the ham is salty, the bouillon cubes are salty, I really am only going to do 3 this time. I said sometimes I'll do an extra one. For bouillon cubes, you do like 1 cup of water per 1 bouillon cube. So I'm really just going to do 3. And then always, you know, before I get ready to serve everybody, I always taste it. Just make sure it's to our liking, that it came out the way I expected it to come out. Get that last chance to make any seasoning adjustments. There it is, everything done. All 5 of our meals ready to go into the freezer for us to have a super easy weeknight meal. So that's all for today. I just want to say thank you so much. I really appreciate you watching this video all the way to the end. I hope you got some inspiration. I hope you make some meals. I hope you enjoy what you watched. Comment down below anything else that you want to see, anything that you'd like to see from me. Please go ahead and subscribe and hit the like button. All those things really help me out, and share and everything like that. So thank you. Bye.